Hashtag girlbone.
So guys, stick tuned.
Did you say stick tuned?
Needs some more screedly meadleys. The metal guitar riff. They're all like
Wah. Dubstep sound. I'm scared of like these 14-year-olds.
I wonder how long it's going to be until we get a podcast that doesn't involve Halo. I would love to have a I fought a barracuda story. I forgot what my whole train of thought right there. Choo choo.
So, welcome to the Mach7 podcast. My name is Andrew. Joining me this week. I was waiting for you guys to introduce yourselves.
Oh, I know, but
Yeah.
I'd like you to introduce me.
Why?
Because you're the host.
But I don't... We're trying the new thing, remember?
Nah, that was last week.
That was 2 weeks ago and it wasn't released.
It was then.
Yeah.
Well, I'm Abby.
Just don't.
Thanks,
Feed
Abby.
into him.
That helps.
Yeah, I try.
And I'm Iced Tea.
Okay, thank you.
The only tea that you can get in the UP.
Dude, that was so 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, but nobody ever heard it.
I know, but that doesn't make it old.
You
I
mean
know.
that does make it old?
Why is your face red?
Dude, my face is so red. So, okay. So we haven't had a podcast in a little while. So remember that time when I talked about my brain melting? That happened just then. That's what that was. So we haven't had a podcast in a little while.
About 3 weeks.
Yeah. Because 2 weeks ago, we recorded one, and it was great. It was probably the best podcast ever, in my
Absolutely.
opinion. And,
I would have won awards.
I don't know. Chris's HoboCast.
yeah, but since they're never going to hear it, we can play it up as great as we want, and we
Right.
can be live.
Oh, it's so good.
It's so good.
It would have won like all the awards, even things it wasn't nominated for.
Yeah, like general and
Good.
the best.
And Oscar.
So what happened was Audacity decided to just not record chunks of our conversation, and it would have been an absolute nightmare to edit and put out. So I was like, no, I'm not doing that. And then last week we were so busy recording stuff for Sign that we were like, yeah, we don't really have time to record a podcast, so we're just not going to do it. But now we have one, so hopefully this will come out. Honestly, I'm super paranoid now because it probably won't. It'll just be like Audacity will be broken again. So
Does Audacity break quite frequently for you?
No, not
no,
for me.
not usually. It was just that one time.
Huh.
Conveniently, and then the week before that was the microphone.
Huh?
The week before that was your microphone that was not connected for most of the time.
Oh yeah, that when we were recording Abby's lines,
Oh, yeah.
it was like,
I remember that.
yeah, that was a time.
That was silly.
That was a...
I thought it was gonna be fine, and then it just wasn't. I was like, no, I'm just gonna use the laptop microphone now. So probably should have expected that to happen. I'm not a smart man.
We know.
Yeah,
That's why we have quality assurance
yeah,
Yep.
in our credits.
yeah.
Yeah.
QA.
But if we put QA, people are going to think, oh, question and answer. But
I mean, if you put Q&A maybe. But just QA, I think people generally understand that that's quality assurance.
Oh. Would they?
I don't know. I'm not people. Whenever I say QA, I assume quality assurance, but
He knows his place in the credits is what he's saying.
that's just me. My place at the credits is near the top. Quality
And it
assurance
should
is
be,
near
because
Yeah.
you've probably
the bottom.
spent
Ooh.
the second largest amount of time into this.
Nah, it's not
Yeah.
even that much time.
The amount of time that you've sunk into the film editing and what we got out of it, I'm very impressed. Like that, and
I'm
Me
being
too.
humble.
yeah,
I'm soaking in this praise. It's awesome. I love it. This is what I live for.
Here I can't fit his own big ass car, big ass self
Yeah.
into the car.
What?
Don't make his ego explode too. Totally cutting that out.
Yeah, totally. Do it. You won't?
Yeah, I will.
No, you won't.
Oh my gosh, yes, I will. My brain melt. I'm not used to my mouth working correctly.
Sure.
Because we haven't done a podcast
Yeah.
in so long.
It's been a
I'm
while.
not practiced.
yeah. I'm not used to my mouth working correctly either. It's been just a mess the past few days, which has made it great trying to communicate with my supervisor about plans for the future of the program in the library. Oh, we need to approach this and establish this because of
Reasons.
this thing. It's called what? A library. That's what it's called.
Okay.
Like, I will...
Are they books?
Yeah, I will completely blank out on simple words like that.
A book?
Yeah, book.
I don't know what a book is.
Sad face.
Yeah, well, reading is hard.
All right, so I have a topic.
Okay.
Go for it.
So we can actually get this podcast rolling.
Yeah.
Please do.
Shoot it off.
So I figured for our last couple podcasts, I did this like a couple weeks ago, or I think you may have brought it up. We did top music.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah.
So I thought let's do it again.
All right.
Okay.
Shut up, dude. Let's make a top 5 list.
All right. This is going to be a top 3 list, but I'll allow one honorable mention.
Okay.
Okay.
Best quote-unquote bad guys. Don't have to be super villains or anything like that. Just quote-unquote bad guys in video games
Ooh.
that you've played.
Ooh. That's a good question.
So I'll start with mine. Number 3 is a kind of a combo. Saren and Sovereign from
Mass
Effect 1.
I'll
That's
accept that
awesome.
answer. Yeah, they're good.
Number 2 was Voss from Far Cry 3. And then my number 1 is obviously the Hierarchs from Halo. My honorable mention being Wheatley.
Oh, gosh.
Okay.
Because
I mean, spoilers. If anybody hasn't played Portal 2 since it was released like 4 years ago.
yeah, like
Yeah.
me. I just finished it. And he was just so freaking funny. I couldn't handle it. It was too good.
Wheatley was a surprise for me. When I saw the trailers for Portal 2, I'm like, I am going to be annoyed by this character. But he really grows on you,
Oh,
which makes
I instantly loved him.
his reverse around just like instant growth. Like the trailers didn't like him, but the moment like he came in and started asking you to say Apple, I adored him, which made his betrayal that much more worse, even though I knew it was coming from a long shot.
Well, I didn't see it coming, actually.
Really?
No, but I could just kind of he was that type of bad guy that, like, I can't even take him seriously.
Yeah.
And that's just made me love him that much. I mean, I guess what my list is well-developed bad guys. Not just powerful ones, but ones that have a really good backstory. Mm-hmm. Which, isn't done that well. Because I tried to make this list, and I tried to make 5. It is hard to find a good, like, I was like, oh, I love Skyrim. Who's bad at Elduin? I see him for like 4 minutes.
Yeah.
The rest of them is just talked up.
None of the characters in any of the Elder Scrolls games are really all that good.
And I'm thinking like...
Besides okay, actually I have one.
I'm thinking like, all the other rest of the Mass Effects, there was really no good central themed enemy. I was like, Elusive Man. Oh wait, but is he a bad guy? And then, like Call of Duty. Like I'm going through all the AAA titles that I've played.
Mm-hmm.
And...
Wait, you don't like Makarov? Call of Duty? No?
No. I think like...
What about the other one from 1? What was his name? Some with a Z.
I don't know.
And like Half-Life does have that one like main guy at the top of the Combine, but you get to encounter him like once.
Yeah, but he's just more of a slave.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about talking about the Combine, the big grubs in Halo 2 Episode 2.
Halo 2, yeah.
Half-Life 2 Episode 2, the big grubs at the end, but like they're not developed enough for me to actually consider them a good bad guy line.
Yeah.
So I was thinking well-developed bad guys, and it's a slim list in newer video games. I'm sure like back in the day, like the original Elder Scrolls and that type of stuff, like those old pixel games, they had some well-developed stories because that's all they had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
they didn't really have technology to build the expansive worlds that like Skyrim does. So
yeah,
you gotta focus on something else.
Yeah, and also like a Tomb Raider, the new Tomb Raider game, excellent game. Not a solid defined villain in that one either. It's kind of nebulous.
I mean, there is that one guy.
Yeah, but he's not developed enough to be like for instance, number 1 for you was the Hierarchs.
Mm-hmm.
For Halo. My number 1 would actually be the Prophet of Truth specifically because
absolutely
he's just oh my gosh.
But then I can like all of them work together, so it's like you can't really have one without the other.
Mercy just kind of
trails
along.
Okay.
Regret and Truth play off each other very well.
Right.
As well as just getting on each other's bad side. But like with those guys, like you rarely encounter them in game, but they're enough of a presence outside of game that it's like, oh man, you want to hate them. You can't wait for the moment where someone gets to run them through.
And then you learn about all their background and Contact Harvest.
Yeah. And
they knew the whole time what's going on.
Yeah, the jerks.
And they're still just doing this whole war.
Yep, and then if in Cold Protocol you get to see them butt heads even more, and then in Broken Circle, which I would highly recommend.
I haven't read it yet. Or listened to it, I should say.
Yeah,
I don't read books. I listen to them.
Reading's hard.
Well, the 21st
That's what I was
century
saying.
here.
it gives a different perspective on truth's machinations, and it's pretty dang cool. And pretty dang horrifying, too. So, the Prophet of Truth is definitely at the top of my list, but like, in Tomb Raider, you had that one guy, but he wasn't... I can't recall much about him.
I don't even remember his name.
No.
But he was like introduced fairly early on in the game.
Yeah.
Right?
And Kidnapped Alex was her name?
Yes.
Yeah.
I believe so. And but then he like reappeared later. I didn't even realize it was the same guy. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh.
Well, then on the
makes more
flip
sense.
side, there's a game like Far Cry 3 that has such a good villain. I don't remember who I was.
You were Jason Brody.
Whatever. I didn't have a cool story. Like,
You had a pretty cool story.
no,
But
I
you
was
were
just
this-
a party kid who
Yeah,
was
you were
just
this
stuck on
rich-
this island who all of a sudden knows how to just slice up everything and
You were
shoot.
this rich party kid who goes on vacation to this island, ends up getting kidnapped, and then you have to adapt to like the more tribal sort of like native people and try to become like one of them in order to free your friends. I think it's a cool story. That's just me.
Thanks, Ubisoft. Sponsor this
Yeah.
podcast.
I think, like, now that I'm thinking about... Granted, you guys know that I'm very limited in what I've played, but, like, beyond...
2 Souls.
Gladys and Wheatley, the main memorable villains for me do come out of Halo. Tartarus from Halo 2. What a jerk.
Yeah, he's a crony though.
Yeah, he's a crony, but
He's just muscle. He's not that good of a bad guy. Even after listening to him in Contact Harvest.
Yeah, well, like, but more it's just, like, he's very much, like, he's not nearly as well, like, developed. He's not necessarily nearly as terrifying of a force as the Prophet of Truth is. Like, the Prophet of Truth scares me because of his ability to manipulate the masses. Tartarus just wants to hit things with the hammer.
Yeah.
Everything
That's
looks
why
like
I
a
say
nail
he's
to
just
him.
muscle.
But the thing is that what I enjoyed about him, especially when they're able to add in the expressions for Halo 2 Anniversary, it really builds up the tension between the Arbiter and Tartarus. Really builds up just how much Tartarus enjoys tormenting the Arbiter, which just makes it that much more satisfying for that final boss battle, in my opinion. Was that it was less about Tartarus as good as a character, but more that Tartarus has a good, quote-unquote, relationship with the player character. And also, another character that I think is terrifying is the Gravemind. Like, especially reading the Forerunner Saga.
Yeah, that's a good one right there.
Yeah.
I'll give Gravemind to you.
Yeah, that is a absolutely horrifying prospect between the games and reading the
Oh, the
Forerunner
games
Saga.
isn't that terrifying, but when you start reading the books,
And have you guys read Human Weakness, the short story?
no.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
It chronicles how Cortana fights against the Gravemind during her time on High Charity. It is one of the most horrifying short stories I have ever read. It is really well done.
So anyway, you guys have to do your
Yep.
your lists.
I have...
But hang on a sec. Go back to Tartarus for a second.
Okay.
Did you guys ever manage to fit a Banshee into that final room and like win the game immediately?
No.
Wait, what?
I guess you can do that.
What is it?
You can get a Banshee into that final boss room and just kill Tartarus with like one field rod cannon. It's super easy.
Really?
Yeah.
I just
Oh my
went and go
gosh.
kill them old fashioned way because I'm a boss.
I've done it before.
Yeah.
It was fun.
I did a lot of
But when
hiding.
Halo 2 is like the only game you have, and you need to find new and inventive ways to play it, so
Yeah.
I can
makes
see that.
sense. Yeah.
that's why I went and got the Scarab gun so many times. I was like, well, I got nothing better to do.
Who wants to do this next?
Well, I already did essentially 2 of mine. The Prophet
Really?
of Truth
You're gonna
and
do all
Gravemind.
Halo?
No, at third I'm probably gonna put Gladys. From Portal.
Yeah, I know what
Yeah,
you're talking
yeah.
about.
Okay.
You mean Carol?
Carolyn.
Carolyn, whatever.
Yeah.
No, it's Carol.
It's Carol.
It's Carol. It's Carol. There's no in.
No, the song is Now Little Carolyn is in here too. One day they woke me up so I could live forever.
Check.
I'll Google it. Fact check. We don't have fact check noise yet, and we should.
Yep. So
So you're doing GLaDOS?
Gladys, because she was like at the beginning of Portal,
You only played 2 games in your life?
I have played very limited number of games, and very few of them that had, like Mario Kart. There's no solid villain in Mario Kart.
True.
I don't even say that there's a solid villain in the Lord of the Rings game because it's Nebula Sauron back out there, and they don't focus on the storyline. They just focus on getting you from point to point to point. So the only games I've played that have been storyline like based, which is really weird because that's what I like playing, has been Tomb Raider, has been Walking Dead, which I had to quit because it was so emotionally draining.
The Telltale?
Yeah, the Telltale. Oh, that was so emotionally.
Oh, can I interrupt you for a second?
Yeah, go for it.
The player then learns that GLaDOS' personality was inherited from that of Caroline, a former personal assistant.
Carol
to
is
the
short for
CEO.
Caroline, so
Oh, what?
No, her and I are on a close level.
I mean, Carol's short for... Alright.
Her and I were on first name basis. So
Caroline is her first name.
No, that's with her middle name.
Not
Keep going.
It's not her.
So yeah, for GLaDOS, it was... I appreciated how in the first Portal game, it started out as just... She sounded like a malfunctioning, like, AI system. Like, oh, good job, you passed the test. You, subject name here, must be proud of subject hometown here. Like, just like that, but the progression of it getting closer and closer to being darker and darker, and, like, her starting to threaten you, and then when she actually tries to kill you, it was just a really neat progression of this character and how she just generally got more and more personalized in her attacks. Like...
And all the heinous crimes she forces you to commit.
Yeah, like, destroying things that were made for orphans.
It's terrible.
Killing the companion cube.
That companion cube was my best friend.
Yeah. So, I really like GLaDOS. I think she was a very solid, memorable villain. So, honorable mention probably goes to Tartarus.
Okay. Your turn.
So, number 3 for me is a very villainous character, but he isn't really a villain.
Yeah.
Once again, I said bad guy,
quote unquote,
not villain.
Okay. That's Sheol Gorath from Elder Scrolls.
Okay.
Because he is a lot of fun, but he's also insane and likes to murder people and stuff. So, yeah, I mean, he's definitely a bad guy.
Which one is he?
He is the crazy one. You get the Wabbajack
The
from
Wabbajack? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, he's my favorite. He's the best Daedric Prince, in my opinion. And mostly because of Shivering Isles, too, because that was one of the best expansion packs ever created in the history of
You mean
video
Hearthstone
games.
wasn't where you got to make your own house, but you really didn't?
What are you talking about?
Skyrim, Hearthstone?
I mean, that's Hearthfire, but...
Whatever, you got what I was saying.
Hearthstone is the World of Warcraft thing.
That's what I figured it was going to be one of those two.
Yeah, no, that was awful.
Yeah, it was
I hated
pretty
that.
bad.
Did not enjoy that.
I mean, it's cool that I had my own place, but like just the building feature was so dumb.
It's like you could just buy houses.
Right.
I don't want to spend time building one.
Not if I could build one, I want to do it like, Minecraft, but...
Yeah. Number 2, Andrew Ryan from BioShock, the first one.
Okay. Very legitimate.
Yeah. A man chooses a Slabo base. Very good line. And then you beat him to death with a golf club. Very good scene.
Was that satisfying?
Yeah, it was pretty satisfying, yeah. Especially as a golfer, I'm like, yes, this is what I've always wanted. And number 1 is Haytham Kenway from Assassin's Creed 3.
Really?
Yeah. Because he is the only Templar in the series to make me, like, sympathize with the Templars. Like, oh.
Because I think this is the only time you ever actually learned about their side.
Yeah, for the most part, yeah. It's like, that actually makes
you ever
a lot
play
of
Rogue?
sense. I have not played Rogue yet.
It's going to be hard for me to buy a previous gen game.
I won't have any issues with it if I can get it for like $5.
Well, absolutely. That's
Right.
like Borderlands.
With it.
Like, I was like, yeah, I'm not sure about Borderlands, but then I got it for $5.
Yeah.
I'm glad I got it for $5.
I'm thinking of actually expanding my, trying something beyond Halo and Valve stuff because I got an email. My birthday's this month, so I got an email from GameStop that says, hey, 20% off a used game. I'm like, you know what? Okay, fine.
What are you thinking about getting?
I'm not sure.
Make sure you get one that has a lot of replayability, because knowing you...
Yeah. This is the one game you're going to play this year besides Halo.
Yeah, pretty
Dragon
much.
Age Inquisition.
Not a bad choice.
Not a bad
But the
choice.
thing is I haven't even finished Mass Effect. I am really bad about role-playing games.
Oh.
You should get better.
So I'll probably try to
it'll
finish...
give you 300 hours plus. I mean...
I'll probably try to finish up Mass Effect first before I...
Because, chronologically the story makes sense if you have to finish Mass Effect before you start Dragon Age. I got it.
Well, no.
Dragon Age is basically a a prequel to Mass Effect.
Yeah, exactly. So you're good.
Well, it's more that if I have 2 games that I haven't finished because they're role-playing games, and that just takes up
that's
my
why?
time. Mainly because it's really difficult for me to sit down and
play a game.
Play
Yeah, it's rough, dude.
Games are hard. I hate
video
when I have
games,
to sit
everybody
down to
does
play a
really
game.
well in the grades because they say, I'm done playing video games.
I never had that issue, by the way. Alright, I'll play it. Sure.
I'm actually thinking of purchasing Walking Dead, the Telltale game, because I only rented it. And I enjoyed it. But at the same time, but it was so emotionally draining that I had to return it before I finished it.
Right.
So if I'm able to space it out over a longer period of time, I might be able to actually get it done. And I would enjoy that.
I'll just get Borderlands instead. I think the Borderlands one is better than The Walking Dead.
Really?
Yeah.
Probably gives you a lot more playtime, too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, The Walking Dead Telltale will give you maybe, 10 hours. Maybe.
It's about the same. It's usually like an hour and a half to 2 hours per episode.
And then Borderlands will give you a lot more.
I'm talking about the Telltale Borderlands game.
Oh, yeah. Telltale Borderlands. I have no idea.
Wait, they actually did a Telltale Borderlands?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the first 3 episodes are out, I think.
They've done a lot. I feel like they've expanded into Borderlands. They've expanded into Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones one, not quite as good.
Wolf Among Us.
Yeah, Wolf Among Us. They've been a lot.
They're going to do a Minecraft one.
What?
What?
Hey-oh! That'd be a cool one.
That would be interesting. I would be curious as to the plot.
I don't know how, but...
Hey, they have young kids' books that are on the story of Minecraft, where a kid was playing Minecraft and something happened and he got sucked into the world, and it's now him surviving in the world of Minecraft.
You know what? That actually sounds entertaining.
I'm sure you think so.
This is hilarious to me because this news was first broken just before our winter break. And
What?
The news about the Minecraft Telltale game.
Oh, yeah.
So I told you about this when you were driving me to the airport.
Yeah.
And that's the exact same thing that you said to me. Well, yeah, I got this book about this kid.
Really? I don't remember our conversation.
It's the exact same conversation.
Isn't it funny that my brain still works the same way it did back then?
I mean, it was only a couple months ago, but yeah.
Well, I had to tell Abby.
Right, of course.
Yeah.
Not you.
But it was just obvious that clearly you didn't remember. You're just telling the same story.
I'm turning into my
Thought
dad.
it was funny. Well, that's unfortunate.
Well, he's cute.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Would you say he's silly?
He is very silly.
Is he a silly Billy?
I wouldn't go far as a silly Billy. That's been reserved for Andrew.
Oh.
Why? My name's not even Billy. That doesn't make sense.
But I'm assuming Billy... I've always assumed silly Billy is referring to the goat, like the Billy goat.
No,
yeah, he does have a little bit of scruff normally.
It's just
too.
like Joshnia. You can only say it to people whose names are Josh.
Right.
Or just in time. If your name's Justin.
Or Kim Possible.
If your name's Possible. And
Shout out to
Kim.
My name is Possible.
Shout out to that show.
It exists.
Was that significant silence? I made sure to wait.
I'm gonna make sure I put in some more. I might even put in crickets.
Good call. I wish we had kept the a sound clip of the church bells and then or whatever bells those are.
Yeah.
We could
Those
just
are
put,
church bells.
We could just put that in for whenever it gets really awkward.
Those are clarions? It's a thing that is tied into the library. Those sounds actually come from the library.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
A bell sound, whatever. It's
I
all the
thought it was
same.
a church downtown.
No.
I thought there was an actual tower and some dude up there ringing it.
Like in Notre Dame?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
My brain went to Redwall, but okay.
Mm.
I don't know if you guys ever read the Redwall books.
Not really.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Books. She totally...
What a nerd!
Well, she's
reading
playing her
books.
limited amount of books because she doesn't want to sit down and play games. You and I are like, why not? Boot it up. Plus, we also play... Well, I play online.
Yeah.
I play online in the sense that I'm connected to the internet when I play.
I tried
me too.
more of Unity more often now.
Yeah?
It's a terrifying experience.
Is it?
It's so new. I have no idea what's going on.
It's not that bad.
It's hard for me to know what's going on. I don't know. Maybe because I haven't had. Maybe because I've been in a party, and I had to be on the Xbox One, and I didn't want to swap out discs, and I just play because it's on my hard drive, and
Right.
I'm in a party because somebody wanted to talk for a little bit, and that little youngster.
How's he doing, by the way?
He's so good.
He's doing good?
He split his lip real bad with his teeth because he tripped up the stairs. So he's doing real good.
Nice.
But he's doing good. But I'll be on a party with him talking because I've been on the 360 lately playing Borderlands. But it turns out you can't go cross console.
Oh, for talking?
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool.
You can't.
Oh, you can't?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. You can't.
It's not cool at all.
I thought you said you can, and I'm like, oh, that's...
No. You can't.
Can't.
And, but since I'm playing it through my TV, I can still be in that party, but my controller will die in about, 5 minutes of inactivity, just like it would if I was watching a YouTube video or Netflix or something like that.
Yeah.
And instead of having to press the button back on every few seconds, I just played Assassin's Creed Unity, and maybe it's because I haven't diverted my sole attention to it, but it's so confusing. It's so much different from every other Assassin's Creed game, which is fine.
It's not really that much different, to be honest. Some of the controls are really different.
Controls, the whole menu screen.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
All the different missions now, all the different symbols. You can go co-op with everybody.
There's literally 6 million symbols on the map screen at once. It's terrifying.
Yes! Now you know why I'm scared.
You can filter it, though.
And then all of it says, co-op and everything. I have to team up with people to do a bunch of these stuff. I'm like, well, I don't want to do that. I'm a lone assassin.
Just don't do that.
I'm a loner. I'm a lone.
Also, you can do those by yourself, so.
Every time I go in, it's 420, just blaze it. It's for my player.
Go into a private match.
I mean, for my co-partner assassin.
Yeah.
420, just blaze it.
Yeah, that's exactly who I want to play with.
Just blaze.
It's an Assassin's game.
Yeah, someone who's blazing it up.
Yeah, that's going to be great.
Yeah, they'll serve as a distraction.
Yeah, great. Yeah, that's exactly
yeah,
it.
You or go ahead. You go ahead.
Don't be noticed. Come on, dude.
No, so that's why you just do a private match. You don't have to do a public match.
Did not know this.
Also, those probably aren't that much fun to do by yourself because all it is infiltrating a building and stealing some loot or something.
That's great because mine sucks.
Yeah.
It really doesn't.
I just don't think it's that much fun.
Of course, but I don't know. So that's gonna take me a while, but I'm gonna finish Borderlands and a few other games before I go hard into Assassin's Creed Unity. I still need to finish Red Dead Redemption.
You do need to finish that.
I got distracted by so many games. What?
My honorable mention might be to the bad guys in Red Dead Redemption.
Really?
Yeah, they're pretty good. Probably not the bad guys you're thinking of, but the actual bad guys.
I'm sure. I mean, I haven't gotten that far.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a... Yeah, I was even thinking, through Assassin's Creed, who's a good bad guy. And since I haven't finished Assassin's Creed 3, I don't know your bad guy that well.
I mean, but you played the beginning of Assassin's Creed 3, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, I mean, you know him.
Yeah, but I don't feel sympathetic towards his plight at all.
No, well, you should.
No, I don't.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed didn't have many memorable bad guys.
Because the only thing it says is kill this person. Oh, that's what the guy's name is? All right, I just knew him as French-talking guy.
They do have a lot of that in Unity. That's the
well,
biggest...
I was talking about Assassin's Creed 4, even. I didn't get everybody's names.
Who was the French guy in Assassin's Creed 4?
I don't know his name. All it said was kill this guy.
It was a Spanish guy. Maybe that's what you're thinking. You kill him on the boat?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that guy. He's Spanish, not French. But,
we're right next to each other, all right?
The biggest problem with Unity is that, each sequence was about 2 missions, usually.
Yeah.
Whereas in the other games, there was, 6 or 7 missions per sequence. So, it's well, all right. So I feel like I know nothing about whatever target I'm going after. Great.
But at least you can go in the water.
You can. It's not Assassin's Creed 1. You are allowed to swim.
The first one, you go into a puddle and you instantly die.
Yeah. Altair can't swim for some reason.
And it's been the center of memes for a long time.
And then there's this one section where you have to jump across a bunch of boats and in this port. It's the worst thing ever. Mm-hmm. Because the jumping mechanics were not that good back then. You would constantly jump the wrong direction and then just die immediately because you drowned. It's all right, well.
They were not
cool.
They were not refined yet. Oh. But to be fair, it was a brand new genre. I mean, parkour game? What?
No, it's almost like an open world version of Prince of Persia or something.
Those were good games. The first one was so cartoony.
Yeah, no.
And then the rest of them got all dark and serious.
Oh, tell me about it. I made a whole rant about it, remember?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Solo
That's
cast.
why you think I'm talking about it.
God, those games are terrible.
In terms of parkour,
Terrible?
really?
Warrior Within and Two Thrones were, I didn't like them.
I like the Warrior Within.
It's too much.
In
Too
terms
much
of
terrible music. Go ahead, sorry.
It's okay. In terms of parkour,
You keep interrupting her.
and now you keep on doing it. In terms of parkour games, one of the things I would like to play is I've heard good things about Mirror's Edge.
Oh, fantastic things.
Yeah.
I've never played it, but I've heard such good things.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's alright.
yeah.
Not great. It's okay.
It's not quite up there with Assassin's Creed or Prince of Persia, but you know.
It doesn't really.
good.
It doesn't really have much of a story.
It's just
It's
parkour
It's
with
just
guns.
like jumping across rooftops and stuff,
yeah,
which is
I've
fun.
heard.
But it's like alright.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of some of the other games that I had in my head, though, added to my list, and I forgot.
Thing is, for the longest time, I used this to procrastinate on homework. Was I played a Marvel Facebook game, which was pretty much Pokemon Heroes, like Pokemon, but with Marvel
Pokemon
Heroes.
villains.
Really? Could you name one?
I mean, Team Rocket, the obvious one.
Do they really count as
Giovanni.
bad guys?
Yes.
Well, you said bad guys with quotation
I
marks.
know.
Jesse and James from the anime? No, absolutely not. But the rest of Team Rocket? Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, good point. I'm talking about Jesse and James.
Yeah, no, they're terrible.
And Meowth.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. All right.
Cool.
That's right.
Yeah, so there was this Marvel superhero game that was pretty much Pokemon because it was you
Catch
gather
all the superheroes?
yes, you do catch all the
Oh my
superheroes.
gosh, I was just throwing that out to be a smart ass.
And you and there are different superhero types that are stronger against other types, and you can level them up and get new abilities, and it was pretty much Pokemon with Marvel superheroes, and I was very addicted to it. And one of the things that was really fun was when I actually got Dr. Doom, as I unlocked Dr. Doom to use, and he was, before they ended up rebalancing out the game, he was really OP. So it was just because you would just play. Usually, you could have like a team of 3, but with Dr. Doom, you just play him by itself, and he would just.
He's my favorite super
Annihilate
bad guy.
everybody.
Yeah,
He's my favorite super bad guy in Marvel.
he was broken in the game. It was a lot of fun to play him.
Kind of speaking of bad guys, I don't know if she's bad yet, but Patricia Tanis from Borderlands.
Oh, yeah?
That is a fun story to listen to.
Mm-hmm.
So it's this chick who gets put on this planet called Pandora, and she's with a mining company or something like that.
Yeah.
And then somehow she's off by herself for a while,
Yeah.
and you have to go record you have to go obtain all of her journals, and it's her audio recording herself as she's going insane. Oh,
Yeah.
it's dark, but it's good. They did her well on that one.
Yeah. You learn way more about her backstory in, 2 and the pre-sequel.
I hate the
pretty
bugs in alphabetical order is what she starts with, and that her and the voice recorder were dating,
Yeah.
but now they're taking a break.
Yeah.
But they're friends, so that's why she's able to record this right now.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah, Tannis has some issues.
There was this one. I haven't ever played StarCraft because I'm awful at real-time strategy games.
Yeah, join the club.
Yeah. I think there's a small margin of people who are actually really good at those games.
Yeah, my brother and sister-in-law are among them. But there was, I remember following Kerrigan's story, who is a psychic. I'm gonna get all the names botched
Like an
up.
Alakazam?
What? But anyway, she's like a psychic character, and she ends up getting integrated into the Zerg, and then she breaks free of the Zerg. But then when she thinks that the love of her life has died, she goes back to the Zerg, takes them over, and essentially wrecks everything humanity loves.
Wow.
Good story.
What a boss.
It was a pretty interesting story arc to watch in terms of, again, a bad guy, because after she returned to take over the Zerg, she became significantly more sympathetic. But that was an interesting bad guy plot to watch.
Segment shift.
Okay.
Segment
Are you
shift?
prepared?
No.
Buckle in.
Okay.
When do you think... Yeah, okay.
That's
good,
my buckle noise.
Good. Buckle in. Good. I'm a driver, so I don't need, just let me down this 40 real quick.
Sure, no, that's fine.
We'll be fine for the drive.
Yeah, we'll be
I'm
good.
certain.
When are we going to get the first episode of Sign Up?
I have no idea.
Okay, cool. I was figuring, with the minor things you have to do.
Well, because we're discussing how we want the release schedule to go. We could put it up as soon as we finish it, which is an option, and then just put up.
Why don't we do that?
Because having a definite release schedule is a good thing.
When you have people who come to watch your content consistently.
Yeah, like we will, because it's going to be so good.
To be quite honest, that is a valid point because it's only 5 episodes.
5 episodes and 40 people.
But at the same time, it'd be just as easy to make all 5 and then release them one a week instead of release them as we make them.
Okay. I'm not arguing with you.
Yeah.
I'm
Something for Abby to decide.
It's something
That's
for
just-
the lead
Just my
director.
Yeah.
So what is your decision?
Make it right now on
Now
this podcast.
on the air.
On the podcast, on the air.
Yeah.
I'm actually okay because we're so close to getting 2 done, and then 3 and 4 won't be that far behind, and then I can get stuff filmed for 5, and voila. That I'm okay with releasing the first one as soon as we get it done, then releasing the rest in a clump, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because hopefully we'll have enough time, and hopefully you aren't overwhelmed with finals and stuff.
I'm sure I won't be. That probably won't happen, right?
Yeah?
Nah. Not random.
I'll make time.
Okay.
I'll just stop playing so many video games. They eat up so much time.
No.
Alternatively, I'll just push back the times that I play video games. So
Yeah.
stay up to 3 in the morning instead of
That's it?
midnight.
I thought you were going to say 4,
Well,
5.
I mean, it depends.
Oh my gosh, you guys are making me exhausted just listening
Depends.
to that. How can you guys stay up so late?
I go to bed around 1.
Not that hard.
Maybe 2 every night,
What
and then
time
wake
do
up around 6 or 7.
What?
No, that's just not playing video games. Let me be straight. I actually have responsibilities that I need to get done.
Oh.
So,
I wouldn't know what that's like.
yeah. Well,
That's silly.
being a grown up sucks.
I would agree with that.
Mhm.
Sometimes it's kind of fun though.
Yeah, but when you live on your own, you have to put time away to actually take care of your place, and then you have a job, and then you have school, and then you have this, and then you have video games.
Well, the thing is yes, I'm really excited to start living on my own actually because I'm currently living with a few other people, and I'm actually really excited to just have my own mess to deal with. And
You say that,
but
but then you realize it's your own mess and it's a mess.
yeah, but at the same time, I don't have to feel bad that someone else is going to come by and clean up my mess.
Oh,
And
well,
you don't-
that's
Yeah.
true.
And you don't have to deal with
Yeah.
cleaning up other people's mess.
Or a Huskies.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not gonna have a dog. But I also I do have a job. I do have work, and I've actually recently become a content writer for a site. So that was fun. So I enjoy being an adult.
What was that shitting grin for?
Oh, she just said a job and I have work.
A job.
Oh, you
and
can't
homework. I meant-
double.
Said
I
it
meant
twice.
homework.
Double dip.
I meant homework. Sorry.
I was confused.
See, but your homework's fun.
You got inside my brain box.
Actually, technically,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh
this
yeah,
semester it's fun.
grad school homework is more fun than undergrad work.
Depends on what class you take, but this semester, yes, I will agree that grad school has been a lot more fun than undergrad.
Yeah.
So, next semester, who knows?
Can you shift the segment again?
Buckle up.
I'm still buckled in.
Um.
I don't want it to be wasted.
No, I got it.
I don't either.
You guys bring up something. I had great two topics to discuss.
Recently, my roommate and I rewatched Iron Man, and there's a lot of similarities you can pull from this very first Marvel movie into all the other Marvel movies that have ever been made.
Really?
Even in terms of cinematic shots, there's a shot where Pepper is running away from the Warmonger, Ironmonger, and it's the exact same shot of Natasha running away from the Hulk in the Avengers.
Huh.
Complete with narrow hallway, filming from the front, small woman pursued by a large man. Tony's, yeah.
Are there any scenes like that in Spider-Man 3, the greatest Marvel movie ever made?
Technically, that was made by Sony, not Marvel.
Oh boy, is your face red.
Dude, it's all the same. It makes her so mad every time I say that. It's so entertaining.
Why is it a big deal?
It's
Like, in the scheme of things, is it a big deal?
For me, it's really it's kind of
You know whose movie I really like though?
Nostalgic. Anger.
Michael Bay.
Yeah. Shout out to Michael Bay.
You know, I
Dude,
thought
Age of Extinction?
I was thinking about some of those last ones were really good.
Transformium was the best decision.
Well, that and when you have like girls who are way underage pretend to be like sex kittens.
Right.
That's the best type of movies right there.
Wasn't she supposed to be like 14 in that movie or something?
No, she was like 16 and her boyfriend was like 23.
Yeah. It's like, that's weird.
I want a video of her cringing so hard right now.
The impulse to throttle these two is strong.
Try
What
reaching
else?
his neck though.
Well, he's
What
sitting
else?
down, so I can.
Wow. I'm quick, though. I can get up real fast.
Then
You'd
I'll
be
just
surprised.
He's like the Doppler effect.
then
Then
I'll just bite his kneecaps.
That's nothing to do with speed.
Then I'll just bite his kneecaps off.
I don't... Can you do that?
I
I don't want to find out.
I don't either. That sounds terrifying.
I think one of the reasons that Spider-Man 3 was so disappointing to me was that Spider-Man was my introduction into superhero films as a kid, or into just superhero films in general, and to see such a bizarre and kind of insulting take on the symbiote story arc really frustrated me.
But it's so good. I don't know why it'd be insulting.
I like it because it just took freaking forever.
It did.
It was
did. I
so
will
long.
agree
Like,
with
oh
that.
my gosh, Sandman's back to life! Come on!
And then we've got 2 dance scenes to go through. 3.
And then we have more, like 4 more villains, and then switch over, change of hearts.
Like how many?
It's so good. They
characters-
swerved you.
How many characters had changes of hearts in that movie?
30.
Like all of them.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Like Ant-Man, I think was the only one who didn't.
Kept me on my toes. Didn't know what to expect. Such a good movie.
It was a good movie.
Yeah.
Just like Age of Extinction.
And Ghost Rider with Nicolas Cage, the greatest actor of our generation.
You know, I'm not going to dispute that because I haven't seen Ghost Rider. I do think Nicolas Cage is pretty entertaining.
All right. Interesting. I mean, Nicolas Cage's hair is good. I like that. It's like,
But then the rest of them
it's
is...
awesome. Yeah, it's okay. National Treasure I liked.
National
That was
Treasure-
a good movie, yeah.
Sean Bean didn't die. That was...
No, that wasn't Sean Bean.
That wasn't the real show.
It was his brother,
It
right?
was a stunt double.
Stunt double. We don't want Sean Bean, we just want his stunt double because he's not going to die. It was really weird in, like, watching, for instance, Jupiter Ascending. I saw him in the trailers, like, as Sean Bean. It's like, oh, well, look, Sean Bean's in Jupiter Ascending. He's gonna die. And he didn't. I'm like, this movie feels somewhat incomplete.
Who else are great actors that nobody thinks are great actors? I can't think of any. Nicolas Cage is the only one.
Shia LaBeouf.
Not the bees. Yeah, I'll give you Shia LaBeouf.
I have actually seen him in a few roles that I like.
I do like him.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. He's a good actor, but nobody really talks about him.
Well,
He's
he
good in
also,
Fury.
he does. He
He's
got
good in Transformers.
He's okay in Transformers.
in Transformers. I think for me that was bad direction. Like, because pretty much what he was called to do was scream like a little girl and run around and claim that everything was unfair. And
Crack Bumblebee all the time.
yeah, scream Optimus and Bumblebee over and over and over again.
He was good in Eagle Eye, though.
Yes, he was good in Eagle Eye. He was
And
good in
Holes.
Holes. Yes.
Hey, bump.
Yeah.
I have not seen Eagle Eye.
Really?
I saw Holes a long time ago. I don't remember it.
Dude, you need to watch it again. It's like the original Orange is the New Black.
I mean, I guess.
Dig it up.
I don't know why you'd make that comparison.
Dig it,
But
dig it up. Oh. Such a good song.
It was such a good adaptation. It was a good movie standing on its own, and
was good.
it was a great.
Probably like one of the best Disney films I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Was that one actually put in theaters?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
never mind. I take that back. I thought it was a straight to TV one.
No. There was
One of the
another
great G's.
movie that I saw Shia LaBeouf. Okay, I didn't like this movie, but I actually thought Shia LaBeouf did a good job in it. Is the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, the 4th Indiana Jones. I did not like.
I could have done without his character in the movie at all.
I don't remember. That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Kate Blanchett's in it.
Yeah.
Shout out to her.
Yeah. She does. She
Played a
does
Russian woman.
every role I've seen Kate Blanchett in, she's done a really good job.
Yeah.
Still trying to think of good bad guys.
Like,
How about,
are you still in video game mode? Or
Yeah.
Are you
Oh, yeah.
How about
No,
Kate Blanchett
We're not
from
going to
Kingdom of the Crystal Skull?
We're not going to movies
Yeah.
because that's gonna be that can be next week.
Okay.
One of you guys can come up with a topic for next week.
There was probably a villain that did stand out to me.
Bowser.
Was
Bowser.
Shockwave in Transformers: Fall of Cybertron?
That's not a video game.
Yes, it is.
I mean, it's a
Oh
video
wait,
game.
no, yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
War for Cybertron and Fall of Cybertron. War for Cybertron, I really enjoyed. Fall of Cybertron, I adored that game.
And the other one, Dark Side of the Dark Spark or something.
I'm surprised you didn't say Peking Ming or whatever his name is.
Peking Ming. Yeah. I mean, you're close. Slightly racist, but you're close.
What is his name?
Pagan Min.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, yeah.
Was he as
He
good
felt-
as Boss?
He felt like a rehash.
Wow, we are brilliant with our words.
It felt
this
like
evening.
a rehash of Boss, but he was like not around as much. So you know,
My bad.
he was all right. Peking Ming. God, dude. So we actually are doing top 5 lists rather than top 3. If we're still thinking of more, right? Is that how this is going?
Yeah, we came back.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Full circle.
We pulled back in the driveway.
Okay. Is it like a circular driveway or?
No. We went out to the
Just-
drag strip.
I
and
got
then
you.
Came back
Why did we go to the drag strip?
to talk about the other stuff.
Oh, I see.
Just for fun.
Yeah.
Drag racing. I can
Yep.
see how that's
We had
analogous
Justin
to.
Bieber along, and
Yeah.
then
Why?
the other guy who died in Fast and Furious, but
Why?
Yeah.
he didn't last long.
Well, wow.
It's a quick trip.
Has anybody seen Fast 7 or Furious 7?
I
whatever
haven't
it's called?
seen any of that movie. Any of those
I watched
movies.
the first one. The first one was great.
I think I watched Fast 5.
Are
It's
they
okay.
are they worth watching? Because like part of me just keeps on seeing them. Like, why are
How
we
much-
having another of this movie?
How much do you like cars doing?
Ridiculous
stuff.
things.
It depends.
It's like the Expendables, but cars instead of guns.
Yeah, basically.
I think I might enjoy it.
All right, then you'd like it. I mean, they're good movies.
Yeah.
I mean, but yeah, they're good movies.
It has a confusing timeline.
Yeah, don't try to understand the story. Just watch it for the cars.
It's like,
It's car porn.
I don't remember exactly how it is, but it's like Fast and Furious, like 1, 2, and 3 were all in a row. Or maybe it was just 1 and 2. And then like Tokyo Drift was before that. And then everything after that came before Tokyo Drift. So it's like, it's really weird. Just, it makes my head hurt.
So it's basically time travel that's more confusing than Terminator.
Yeah.
Except it's not actual time travel. It's just
It's just they just take place.
Yeah.
Before, yeah.
Which I really don't think it really matters.
And then like the end of either Fast 5 or Fast 6 was like a sequence from Tokyo Drift or something. I can find out.
I don't know why I just thought of this. Maybe it was because I brought up Terminator. But do you guys remember when like James Cameron would like come in and do like the second of a movie in a series, then just leave?
No.
Like he came in and did like Terminator 2, and then I don't know who did Terminator 3. But I
So
don't
he's
think
the
it was James
Obsidian
Cameron.
of movie making?
Obsidian?
Obsidian is a game studio that likes to take sequels
Oh, okay.
from other developers.
Okay.
Like they made KOTOR
Maybe.
2 and Fallout New Vegas,
Okay.
And KOTOR 2,
among other things.
not the greatest story.
Nah, you're not wrong.
Totally got blue ball.
Well, you did because you played on Xbox. That was a mistake.
Oh, was it different on phone?
I mean, it was like glitched on Xbox where you didn't get the real ending or something.
Oh no, I got
What?
the real ending.
Like, where like part of the ending was like left out or
Oh, it
something.
might have been. This is where the the chick
really-
that you've been fighting with the whole time all of a sudden turns into be a major Sith Lord, and then that's it. End of story.
Yeah, there's more to it than that.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I remember that. Turns out my best friend, who I've been with since I woke up, is a Sith Lord.
Oh.
Didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
She didn't tell me a thing about her background. All of a sudden, she turns into a Sith Lord. Hashtag mind blown.
Kreia, man, she's the worst.
Was that her name?
Kreia, yeah.
You're so good with names. It's ridiculous.
It's what I do.
Shout out to Andrew and Names.
Yeah.
It's really good.
I'm
Like-
Andrew the name guy. Does that not work for you?
No, it upsets me.
Doesn't even make sense.
Well, like you couldn't even come up with a good name for your name guy name. Like maybe Andrew the Namekeeper sounds slightly.
No,
Better.
but that doesn't follow the
Plus,
Andrew
his
the
nickname
blank
on
guy.
the podcast isn't even that great.
I have a nickname?
Slendy McNoodle Arms or
I mean,
whatever.
it's Sally McNoodle Arms, but thanks.
I can't remember your nickname.
Dude, that was like episode 2.
Yeah.
Let it go.
No. Unless you come up with a different one. I'm iced tea. I don't know what Abby wants to be.
Probably like a shizzle.
Library baby. No.
I'm gonna stick with a shizzle.
A shizzle.
No, wait, okay.
Yeah. See if that sticks.
A team.
A-team. I will gladly go A-team.
So we have A team, A shizzle, and iced tea.
Wait.
No.
Where's the A-shizzle come in?
She's a shizzle.
Oh, A shizzle. What are you?
I'm Sally
I'm
McNoodle
A-team.
Arms.
Okay.
I'm A-team.
That's some noodles.
I like SM noodles. Does not sound good. Would not want any
Don't
of
Google.
those.
Don't Google. Don't Google.
Or do. Safe search off.
Do not recommend.
Just wait, you'll get to a site where it's like the Pastafarian Evangelist page.
It'll be pastafarian101.info.
Yeah. Our great prophets. Prophet selling noodle arms. Wow.
Good try.
Thank you.
What other bad guys are there?
There's really no good bad guys. Like I was saying, that's why I want to talk about this.
There's a few.
Yeah, and we named them.
I guess.
I still hold that Shockwave from Fall of Cybertron was supremely creepy. He wasn't in the game as much, but he left the most emotional impact in the game, I felt.
I played through the game. I don't remember any of it.
Yeah.
It blended with War for Cybertron. Like I wouldn't be able to distinguish anything from the two games.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think one of the things that distinguished Fall of Cybertron for me was the fact that I actually cared about the Dinobots. I cared about Grimlock
Oh
and
yeah,
his
it's
crew.
one of the Dinobots.
Yeah, because beforehand I was indifferent to them at best and kind of annoyed with them at worst. But I actually developed an emotional connection with Grimlock and Slug and who else was there?
Maybe it's because we play too many shooters. Shooters are notoriously bad for having a good bad guy.
Maybe you play too many shooters.
But I mean, RPGs are normally really good at having a good bad guy at the end.
Meredith was pretty good from Dragon Age 2. If you like, completely psychotic evil women.
I have no problem if they're a guy or a girl, as long as they're well drawn out and have a good backstory.
Yeah.
Backstory actually was pretty good.
Yeah, see, there we go. 'Cause I'm trying to think of the shooters just do not have good ones. Because instead, all they do is just you're fighting an army instead, is what they focus on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like fighting an entity rather than a single
And
person.
I came to that conclusion by thinking of Doom.
Yeah.
Or not, Duke Nukem.
Yeah.
Like, there is no bad guy, you just face a bunch of
Goons.
alien pigs.
Yeah, goonheads.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'm like, well, that even goes to Call of Duty. They're just masked goonheads.
And
In Star Wars games.
and Reach and Combat Evolved, same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Agree. It's true.
Combat Evolved
It's absolutely
you
true.
could say
No.
Arbiter. But
But he doesn't exist
I
in
know.
game. The closest thing we have to like a solid faced, like a villain with a face, would be Guilty Spark. He's another good one.
is he a villain?
A bad guy.
Well, you keep going back and forth with these words.
Sorry. Quote
I think
unquote,
it's
bad
'cause,
guy.
normally they're synonymous, so
Yeah.
you're confusing us by distinguishing between them.
No, but villain is like you're the end person who's really, really bad, and
Oh, really? That's
So
how
you
you
want-
define
that's
him?
that's why the villain is the antagonist.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was gonna say you should use antagonist instead.
I could go with antagonist.
That'd be a better word.
And then just the other minor roles of bad guys, just bad guys like Wheatley. Like he's not really the bad guy. It's still GLaDOS, altogether, but
Or is it Cave Johnson?
or Cave John. Oh, not Cave John. Oh my God.
He was the one who...
He's so freaking. I never saw him, but
Yeah.
I could not stop laughing.
He did threaten to burn down your house with lemons, so I mean,
So what do homeless people buy? Beard dirt.
dude, you make a fortune with beard dirt.
J.K. Simmons. What a great actor. That's another good actor.
Was that the voice
That was
actor?
Cave Johnson. He also played J. Jonah Jameson. You guys didn't watch Legend of Korra, did you?
No.
Okay. He voiced a character in there. He's the yellow M&M.
Even Zelda doesn't even have that good of a bad guy.
Ganondorf?
I don't know. Is that his name?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is he a good bad guy?
He's pretty decent, yeah.
Okay. All right then. Well, never mind.
And the fact that he's
Dash my buttons. I've been saying that a lot since we've been doing that. Since we found
Oh
it
god,
out.
I forgot about that. What else does he say?
Popping off or something like that.
He's popping off. Ganon's good because he Ganon and Gandalf are the same person. I gotcha. Because he's actually portrayed as being like a monster, as opposed to Bowser, who is just like a bumbling idiot. So. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun.
We're the best.
We need to
stop. Oh, I thought you were about to start singing that "We Are the Best Friends That Ever." Did you think that too?
No, I thought she was gonna start singing "We Are the Champions."
Oh, I was gonna say we should do a barbershop quartet with 3 of us.
So a tri-tet?
Yeah.
Trifecta. Up top. Yeah. For a series that never got off the ground.
Shout out to that show.
We could have done a live action of that one.
Oh, we could have.
That would have been really funny.
That would have been fun. Wish we had a camera.
A
good
I've
camera
already rented
that we
them.
can use for a long period of time.
We could get cannons and whatever from there too.
Yeah, the library also. Are you?
That's what he's talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus, we have an inn,
That's true. We do have an inn.
which we never utilized for 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, we made some mistakes.
Well, I blame it on our direction.
Yeah. Me too.
You suck.
I know. I didn't try to become president. I made
It's true. You
I made a
wanted
joke.
Griff.
Simmons. I made a joke out of my presidential speech.
And it won.
And I was like, yeah.
It won.
Everyone's like, well, that was great.
And then all of a sudden, everybody.
Sure. Then everybody left. So,
But we're still productive.
Yeah.
more productive now, you might
I was
argue.
pretty sure that we were going to die at one point.
I was too.
I'm still pretty sure that'll happen.
Well,
I'm not.
Just not until,
I'm not. Abby will still be
at
here.
least May.
Yep. And Rachel's got an idea for the radio show.
And you guys can do a live action show. You guys can do Trifecta. Give them the script.
Be interesting to see Trifecta with only 2 people playing the characters. I think they could pull it off.
They can pull it off.
Yeah.
And we can also pull in other people to do it.
Yeah, Chris will still be here.
That's
Roland.
true. He would make a good
He'd
Roland.
make a great Roland.
I am really curious as to what you guys have cooked up.
Could you send her?
Nothing.
Could you send her the script?
I could send you the script.
We actually came up with a good show, and it was going to be funny, and it was going to be mediocre.
It was gonna be better. It was gonna be better than 7. First of all,
Yeah.
obviously.
Oh yeah. Oh
Mediocre and better than 7, our most ambitious project to date.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know. I'm pretty sure in our monologues, his voiceover was pretty great.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
No, I mean that was so much work.
we didn't even have to film really.
No,
Just record,
just be like, all right, here's the game.
which is probably why we didn't get a machinima, or aren't considered a machinima.
Probably.
Yeah.
Well,
It's all right. I'm not hurt.
still on the site. I'll
Hey,
take it.
That and she liked it.
Yeah.
There's
She
some-
gave commendations.
There's a lot of good bad guys.
I know. It's impossible. I'm trying to think of all the other games I've played.
Yeah, I mean individuals are hard because, obviously you have like the collectors in Mass Effect 2.
Absolutely. If we start talking about
Good,
big
good
groups,
entity.
yeah.
Reaper,
Yeah.
good entity.
Combine.
Individuals though.
Or I mean, even like I said, the hierarchs.
Yeah.
But that they still the same role. They're together. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but still, I mean, if we were to go like a small tiny group of like-minded individuals high at the top,
Yeah.
I'd even go as far as branch that out. Can't. I'm thinking of I'm even going to like Splinter Cell and all the other like classic platinum hit games.
Spec Ops. Does Spec Ops have a solid villain?
Spec Ops: The Line.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes, in fact, it does.
Split player character.
Yes,
it's like yourself. Yeah.
it's
Pretty much.
you.
Yeah.
BioShock. You already said BioShock Infinite was an okay character, but once again, player character
Yeah.
in a different timeline.
But you don't consider player characters as good bad guys? Or are you still going as the character
The
you are going up
antagonist,
against? Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Which is kind of hard to say that they have a real good backstory if it's a false backstory, which doesn't mean it's bad, but I just don't think it goes to my top bad guys.
Okay.
I mean, it was well done in Spec Ops: The Line. I watched a playthrough. I didn't play the game. I watched a full playthrough from the beginning to the end. Fantastic game.
Game is
It's
so
a
good.
really good game.
Maybe I'll get that one.
Really, you're going to be emotionally drained.
Yeah.
I know I'm going to be emotionally
This one is
drained.
emotionally drained. And the thing is, I feel like it should almost be a game that people play first before they play, Call of Duty.
Oh, absolutely.
Because-
I don't know.
No!
Because, Spec Ops is almost like a not a parody, but like a
Satire?
no, like it's a sort of, but not in like a comedic way, obviously.
Commentary.
That's the word I'm looking for. A commentary on like those other shooters. So it kind of makes sense for you to play like the Call of Duty or Battlefield before you play Spec Ops.
Well, the reason
sort
why,
of get that
why I
perspective.
said that is because, like, you know, I think a lot of kids, and this is a real thing, where kids, like, who play Call of Duty, you know, actually enlist in the military and everything. But the thing is, they don't have an idea, because you get these ideas of grandeur and you know, like, you know, my team's always going to win.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a hero.
I
I'm gonna
respawn button.
Save the whole day.
Yeah,
It's
but
like,
then
no.
like,
Hopefully that'll be kicked out of them in boot camp.
well, even so, but when you play Spec Ops Online, you're like, I'm still kicking ass. I'm still doing all this. But what it does to you mentally and that type of stuff, that part is not told in a lot of, you know, first-person shooter stories, like especially like the realistic modern military stories. They don't tell you about how you come back, and this is a great way it describes that.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll get that.
It's so good. It's so good.
Emotionally draining ahead. Oh boy.
And it's a really good story and a really good playthrough.
Mm-hmm. I know the major twist of the story, but beyond that, I know nothing.
It's really good. You'll enjoy it.
And it also has 4 different endings, so
Really?
And you'll be
have
torn
fun finding
apart.
those.
Yeah, and you'll be torn apart a few times.
Yeah.
It's
none of them are good.
it's really good.
Like either way, you're pretty much screwed, no matter what ending you choose. Not in the Mass Effect way, where it's like you destroyed the entire galaxy, but no matter what you choose. But
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the top ones. Like you go to indie games. Indie games are great.
I wouldn't know. I don't really play any indie games.
Oh.
There's this one Flash game called Today is the Day I Die, or Today I Die, I think is it. And it's really simple where,
You die.
well, no, actually.
Today?
Is it
no.
like drawing simulator?
Yeah, it's where you have to move around and like click the words.
Oh,
to make-
that's not one. It's not a Flash game. I'm talking about there's an actual drawing simulator.
Oh,
Like
okay.
realistic graphics and everything.
Oh man, no.
Yeah, that's...
This does have to do with drowning. Well, it's set in drowning, but apparently it's supposed to be a commentary on like depression. But it's this really short game, and it's really beautifully done, in which people have called it like interactive poetry, in which you click certain words to change the scene, and you have to move things around to try to be able to locate new words to change your surroundings.
Oh my gosh.
It's really good.
That sounds awesome.
But
Yeah.
is it as good as The Adventure of Fancy Pants?
I have never heard of that.
It's like a platforming game where you're like a stick figure, but you got these fantastic pants, like just these nice orange pants, and you just run around and do stuff. It's great.
Is the stuff defined, or
Yeah, I mean, like it's like you have to collect like these items. I don't know, they're like scribble balls, but like you run around and you collect them. You have to like run on the ceiling, and it's a fun game. So shout out to Mr. Fancy Pants.
yeah.
Best Flash game ever.
I really can't think of any others.
I'm drawing a blank.
It's hard.
I could go into my Steam library, but yeah. I got a lot of games in there. I'm sure it would trigger something. I'm going to do it.
Isn't there like that sushi guy in Octodad?
I guess.
I think when you say that sushi guy, that tells you how good his backstory is, and you don't even know his name.
I mean, I think he's just like a chef. But
Yeah, to be quite honest, I haven't played through Octodad.
I watched his playthroughs, and I don't know if he has a name or not, and I would not consider him a good bad guy.
What about the mom in Among the Sleep?
What about the mom in Binding of Isaac?
Does she really have a backstory?
Well, you know that she is...
Is she the opposite of the character?
In... What do you mean?
Among the Sleep. Well, you know how like the antagonist is normally the complete opposite of what the protagonist is?
Well, in a sense, do you know the Among the Sleep?
I watched
Okay.
Markiplier do the whole playthrough. I know what the end is,
Yeah.
what she's like. But the thing is, I don't know if I consider her a bad guy. I consider her more of a backstory to your character.
But she is the person that you have to hide from and work against in order to win the game. She is the continual obstacle.
But then let's compare her to like the hierarchs.
Yes.
All of a sudden, when we put in
Okay.
those distinctions, it doesn't turn into that good of a character anymore.
No, like not a good character. More of a concept, I guess. A good antagonizing concept.
Absolutely, it's a great.
Yeah.
Once again, then we're going back to pig aliens and
Yep.
masked guys that you just continually shoot after shoot after shoot, which is a cool concept. But
But we don't We don't know their ambitions. We don't know their personalities. We don't know what makes them mad.
I'm guessing you guys probably haven't played this, but I'm going to throw out Shodan from System Shock 2. I haven't even played the game yet. I need to. But apparently Shodan is it's sort of like GLaDOS in a way. That is the BioShock is the spiritual successor to System Shock.
Okay.
They have similar gameplay. Yeah, that's all I'm really...
Isn't that kind of depressing when you start thinking about that? Like all these AAA games that get like 10 out of 10 IGN but don't have a good bad guy?
Yeah. And then I'm thinking of even the more popular indie games, Five Nights at Freddy's, Slender. Like they have a defining concept for a villain.
Those games are good though because they don't have a backstory.
Yeah.
And it's the theory behind them that makes it so much fun.
Yes.
I mean, Five Nights at Freddy's, the only reason why it's so popular is because people want to know about it. You know, and game theory probably bumped it into a Markiplier, and that's probably why they're big.
Pretty much then the reason I got interested in it was because of game theory.
Yeah. Everybody's like, oh, what do you think really is going on?
Yep.
Somehow I'd completely forgotten about the Kingslayer from The Witcher 2. He's good.
I haven't played those. I like him. You know, we even went to Gears of War. Gears of War is a great game, but all you're fighting is grubs.
Yeah,
I mean...
It's a concept. It's locusts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Have you played any of...
Judgment?
Judgment, yeah.
I mean...
Haven't even touched it yet.
No,
I downloaded it,
I'm still doing Borderlands. Yeah. And then I'm doing that, and then I have Terraria.
Does Inquisition have any bad guys?
Kind of, but it's...
Yeah.
Again, more concept?
No, there's one single bad guy.
Who's the well-defined bad guy?
Corypheus.
Oh, yeah. I don't know much about him yet.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm also Yen, but I still don't know a whole lot about him.
Honestly, I think you find out more about him in the Dragon Age 2 DLC than you do in Inquisition.
Probably, because you really don't learn that much about him. He looks creepy as hell.
Oh, yeah. No, he's creepy. He's pretty cool. Yeah, I like him.
Just when you compare him to, Voss.
Yeah.
Or Saren, or...
Saren was cool just because of his just charismatic behavior.
He was exceeding... okay, again, I haven't finished Mass Effect, but he's exceedingly charismatic. That sort of... The bad guys that can wrap someone around their finger is terrifying to me.
Yeah, which is why I like Voss, the Hierarchs, and Saren. And then Sovereign, I'm a machine, but I'm going to tell you what to do.
Basically an extension of Saren, really.
Well, Saren's kind of an extension of it.
But he's... Saren's more of the face than...
That's why I kind of chose the combination of them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Plus one's a gate opener for all the Reapers. So
the great thing about Voss and Saren is that they get directly involved in the plot of what's going on.
Yeah.
As opposed to someone like Corypheus who stands in the background most of the time and has his underlings do stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Which is why I didn't choose some of the Gears of War.
Yeah.
There's the
General,
matriarch.
General Rom or something.
There's Rom, then there's Scorm, and then there's the matriarch, and
it's they don't really do anything.
Rom is just a boss fight. Scorm is just a boss fight, and the matriarch is just a narrator for the opposite side the whole entire time.
Yeah.
Not really well drawn out.
But Saren gets in your way.
Oh yeah.
From the very first moment.
Yeah. Directly and intentionally gets in your way.
Yeah.
And indirectly, too.
Yeah. His killing of that Turian, I can't remember the Turian.
Nihilus?
Yeah, Nihilus.
Nailed it.
Look at this guy.
Also, I've played Mass Effect within the past month, so.
Yeah. That directly impacts, granted, you do get Spectre status really quickly after that, but that sets the whole council on edge against you. For the entirety of the game.
Plus, if you listen to the Mass Effect book about him too, with him and Anderson.
Yeah.
Anderson really fascinates me as a character.
He's a cool character.
I'd love to actually read the backstory between Saren and Anderson.
Go read the 3 Mass Effect books that are out there. They're all really good.
Yeah?
They're all really good.
You don't need to play the games to understand.
No, they take place before the games.
Yep.
Okay.
And they all are within their own universes. Yeah. I don't think they all combine. Some of them talk about the elusive man and that kind of stuff, and they give you the whole universe right there. Don't need to play the games. They're amazing.
Well,
it's just kind of like Halo. You don't really need to play Halo to play.
You don't really need to play Halo to read the books.
Right.
There was one Mass Effect book that was awful, but I think it might have been the 4th one.
I didn't know there was a 4th one.
Yeah. There was one where
Retribution, Ascension, and then there's another one.
I don't remember which one it was, but there was one that was like they got all of the lore wrong and like character descriptions wrong and stuff because the writer was just like terrible. And I guess they did any editing.
I heard that Warhammer 40K ended up with like there was a author who got on board and didn't understand any of the lore or any of the characters and just railroaded it for like 3-4 books, and people were mad about it.
I would be.
Yeah.
I can't believe they allowed them to keep publishing that after, like, I'm surprised they published the first one. Like, I figured somebody on their team would read that and be like, oh, this is really good. This is what we really want published. Not just kind of like blank check, go ahead, go do what you do, go write your writing. And
Yeah, I think, like, the first 3 books were written by Drew Karpyshyn, or however you pronounce his name. Who was, like, the head writer of the Mass Effect games. And then, another one was released by somebody else.
Okay, I don't
have
that one.
It was a different writer.
There's an Elder Scrolls book, and I have never read them either.
There's 2 Elder Scrolls books.
Yeah,
I have them both. They're pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah. I enjoyed them. They're weird. Like, just a bizarre story to tell.
I feel Elder Scrolls itself is a pretty weird story. Cat people, raptor people. I mean, come on.
They aren't quite raptors.
I'm sorry, the Argonian specialist over here.
Yeah. Remember when I was obsessed with Argonians? Those were the times.
Well, that's because that was your only comedic relief for all the stress and tension that was going on in the discussion.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, God, that was so much fun. People got so mad at me.
People were mad in general.
No, we're not putting Argonians in.
Yeah.
Do what you want.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
I'm just going to keep joking about it because it makes you so mad.
Yeah.
Miss you, Ross.
Was it Ross that got angry over Argonians?
Yeah, I mean,
it was Stuart.
It was kind of both of them. Stuart was like,
he got the joke.
He didn't want, he didn't want them to be in, but he was like, all right, I get that you're making a joke.
Okay.
Maybe the first time he didn't, but once I, kept doing it, it's like, oh, okay, I understand now.
Those were stressful times.
Yeah.
And just think, we could have been doing so many other different series, but I was new. I wasn't brave enough to create a new series yet.
Yeah.
I wasn't new. I still wasn't brave enough to create a new series.
Have you created a new series yet?
No.
You just do a lot of the work behind it.
I do.
And you give a lot of the... No, you did GSO, the finale.
Yeah, but I mean, that's not like a new... It's building off an existing idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you made it your own.
Yeah, I guess.
You
Alpha
introduced...
and beta.
Yeah.
That's true.
You introduced Kneecap Extinction.
Which we need to do that soon.
But even those were... We do. Even those were like characters that we had discussed previously.
Weekend.
Could. That would be the perfect excuse why not to go to the play on Saturday. I got work to do.
Yeah.
Are you really trying to dodge the play that badly?
Yeah. Because he's going to be so mad if I don't go.
Is it Ricky?
Yeah.
You don't want to see the play?
I mean, A, I don't want to see the play. B, I don't care that he's in a play. Like, he's my friend, right? And I'm happy for him. But, like, that doesn't apply to me.
But you don't want to support him.
I don't want to go see this play. And B, he's been annoying the crap out of me lately, so, screw that guy. Here's the thing, right?
Right.
So, if you're living with people...
Right.
Yes.
Okay. It's, like, pretend it's midnight.
Way too late. I'm in bed.
You're in your room. Your light's off.
Cuddled.
Yeah. Me, personally, usually I'm still on my computer at that time. Just, watching videos, playing games, whatever. I don't know.
Important stuff like homework.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
Occasionally. Not usually, but occasionally. So, when you're in that state of relaxation, do you ever want to be bothered by somebody?
Well, I mean, if Megan Fox came into my room and...
That head desk was picked up perfectly. Thank you, Abby. The answer is no, you don't.
Oh.
You don't want to be bothered.
Oh, I meant no.
You don't want to be bothered by your roommates barging into your room at midnight when you're just trying to relax and you don't want to see or talk to anybody.
I feel you.
He does not understand this concept. He will get back from... He's been doing rehearsal a lot lately, obviously, because the play's going on.
Yep.
He'll get back at, like, midnight or so and be like, come into my room and start talking to me and then stay in there for, like, an hour and watch, like, podcasts or some stupid video that I don't care about that he's trying to shove in my face. I'm like, dude, you need to leave me alone.
Okay, if he's shoving it in your face, that's annoying. But, I mean, like, he went and he, like, sat on the wall and then, like...
Even then, like, I don't...
Even for when you're in a certain state of mind and you need alone time, because, like, for me,
Andrew's all day is alone time. Let's be real.
But that's how I like it. I don't need to be talking to other people that I don't want to be talking to at that time.
There is, at least for me, there's a point where I personally love my roommates to death, but after a certain point, after a certain level of human interaction, my brain shuts down, and if someone else is even in the room with me, I am picking up every tiny move they make, whether it's tapping on a keyboard, moving a finger on a mouse.
I don't think you guys understand. I'm on the opposite side of the spectrum. I live by myself in the middle of the woods.
Oh, I wish.
In a cabin in
Be
the
great.
woods. You guys don't know that song. I already asked you about this.
And so, like, I know what extreme lone time is. And so once in a while having somebody barge in wouldn't be bad. So I can understand Rico coming in. No problem.
Bad for me. I hate it. It's so annoying. Like, if it's like at a reasonable hour, my light's on, whatever. I don't care.
I can get that.
If my door is closed and my light's off, I don't want to be talking to people. That's why those are that way. Just doesn't understand the signal.
Put a tie or a sock on your door.
You don't even care about that.
Oh.
I've started locking my door, actually. That's helped.
I was about to say he doesn't care about that. Just kind of barges through.
Wait, that must have been awkward the first time he went to go grab it.
Oh, yeah. No, it was totally awkward. He
just got staring at you. What? What are you doing?
He like knocked on my door because he wanted my 3DS charger. Because he left his at one of his friend's house or something. It's like, well, you have a car, you could go drive and get it. But no, of course, it's like midnight, right? So he's not going to go over there.
Because he's a reasonable person and wouldn't want to bother somebody at midnight.
Just obnoxious. Makes me so mad. But at the same time, I can't tell him, like, dude, I don't want to talk to you anymore. And I probably shouldn't air all of his, personal problems. But he's been having this, like, crises about how he feels like he's not friends with the people who are living upstairs anymore. So I'm like, all right, well, I don't want to, like, abandon
Boy drama?
you.
Are you kidding me?
It's real. It's very, very real.
Have you not been in Mach7?
I know, right?
All right, yeah. I get it.
It's just exhausting whenever he's around. Just talk about emotionally draining.
You know what?
Jesus
Most
Christ.
often, all you have to do, if you're in a room of guys and they're all fighting, just hand them a measuring stick and they'll all be fixed.
Well, the thing is, like, they don't. they're not gonna confront each other face to face or anything.
Okay.
It's
He said, she said.
certain groups are gonna come talk to me about it.
Oh my god.
The other side are gonna go talk to each other about it behind everybody's back.
And you guys say that girls have the drama.
I thought it was only girls. I haven't lived with a bunch of dudes, so I don't know.
And then what's funny is that I then go upstairs and start talking to everybody else, and they're like, making fun of something or whatever, like this drama that's going on. And I'm like, oh yeah, I know all about that. Even though they haven't talked to me about it. It's like, yeah, I mean, he comes down and tells me everything.
I've experienced guy drama in a number of different groups here on campus, and it's been eye-opening.
Brutal.
It is brutal. Like, in fact, I don't know if it's because just there's a smaller number of girls up here, and we're all very similar. Like
Too much testosterone.
We're like-minded in a number of ways. So, like, I think I've only been ever caught in one thing where it was solidly drama between girls. I think, but I have been.
I've had plenty of girl drama.
Well, okay, growing up in high school and in elementary school, yes, but up here, one time in all 6 years. Beyond that, I don't think I can list on one hand how much boy trauma I have witnessed and experienced.
I think it's the lack of females. I think that's part of the drama too.
Maybe.
A lot of competition over the herd.
Wow. I'm sure that wasn't insulting at all.
No.
All right.
Not in
Good.
the
I'm pretty
slightest.
sure Abby knows me by now. She knows when I'm kidding and when
Good to know.
She knows I respect women and all that kind of stuff, so I can make all these jokes.
Well, except for that one woman who's who you have a kid with.
I have a kid?
Yeah.
The April Fool's joke you pulled?
Oh! Yeah. Woo! I told you guys about that?
Yes,
Yeah.
you did.
Last time we were filming stuff at like 11 at night.
What did I say on the podcast?
No.
Oh. Should I?
You want? I don't care.
So-
We're at an hour and 20 minutes, so
Should I or not?
nah, it's up to you. You're editing it, so.
No.
All right. You want to wrap it up then?
Oh,
Like
no.
a burrito?
Stop it.
All right.
Like a
So no.
taco.
You don't wrap tacos.
You can wrap tacos.
You can
There
wrap-
are soft shell tacos.
Absolutely.
You fold
Boom.
a soft shell taco.
I mean, I would call it a wrap.
I would wrap it.
I would wrap
No.
it.
No.
Yo, yo, yo.
Good. I'm glad you guys rap it.
Travis, please. Why?
That way you don't have a kid like I do.
Yeah. I think we understood what you were getting at. Thank you for the explanation.
I had to bring it all in circle.
Did you?
Yeah.
Was that really necessary?
Oh,
Circle like a
absolutely.
rap?
All right, good try.
You didn't put enough silence in there. I'm going to insert more silence.
My bad.
That's twice in a row for you. You get silenced.
That's okay.
3 strikes. You're out. Never on the podcast.
3 strikes and I'm just going to delete all your audio from here. So I'm going to say Abby.
Oh, God. That'd be a nightmare.
No, it'll be fun. Like,
think
there's
it
something
would.
missing from this. I'm pretty sure.
It's that kind of high-pitched laugh.
Like a burrito?
What?
Like a burrito.
I don't
Guide us out, extra man.
What?
You know, intro, extra.
Right. I think it's outro the word you're looking for, not
Outro.
extra.
Cool.
But, I mean, you were close. You made an attempt. That's what counts. A for effort.
Or we can say exeunt, like Shakespeare, when multiple people leave stage.
We're not going to do that
Stop.
because that's not a real word that doesn't actually exist.
We're not French.
So, thank you for listening to
No
the
Spanish.
British.
Thank you for listening to the Mach7 podcast. Check out our website. We have a Facebook page. We have a Twitter. Go check those out. And stick tuned next week where we might have an episode. And normally I say that as like a joke. But, I mean, it's legitimate this time since we missed 2 weeks previously.
Yep.
So, thank you for listening.
Bye.
Bye.
Farewell.
No, that's not what you say. Bye.
Bye.
Farewell.
Mach7 out.
So remember that time when I talked about my brain melting? That happened just then. That's what that was.